Were the Maya space aliens?
You know, what do the people know here that I don't know, that the world doesn't know? It is a battery shop with a UFO. Morning, guys. It is 5:30 in the morning. I did some asking around, and despite being literally, I'd say 300 feet from a set of pyramids, I am told that I should drive 3 hours more into the jungle, right to the border of Guatemala, and take a look at some ruins over there. So, my speech is slow. It's because I'm really tired, but we are going to drive 3 hours into the jungle, then take a boat up to a set of ruins called Yaxchilan, which is inaccessible by car, and from there we are going to go look for some aliens. I was also told that they are attracted to very colorful wear, and that is why I'm dressed like a Mexican goalkeeper today. So, I don't know, join me and let's see what we'll find out near Guatemala. Alright, so we just made a left turn, and there was a sign that said Yaxchilan 1,200 meters. So it looks like we're pretty close to the boat. We've made it to the river. Guatemala is over there.
No, Guatemala is on the other side by the
Oh,
hotel.
Guatemala está allá. It's over there. ¿Y dónde están los ETs?
Mañic, dijo el chol.
No,
No hay.
no hay aquí.
Solo está en el Palenque, donde
Mentira.
aparece montado eso.
A más de 5 kilómetros alrededor. Una pregunta.
So it's about 300 meters up these steps to Yaxchilan. We just arrived, and this is the only way in and out of the city here, the ancient city. So Yaxchilan is buried deep in the jungle, and this is where we're going. Let's just see. I'm told that the entrance to the city, you have to go through this dark tunnel. There's this tunnel system that you have to go through, and basically, apparently, they used to get people hallucinating on mushrooms, and they'd leave people in this tunnel to prove their bravery, their valor. Into the jungle we go. There was a kid that came out, I think he broke his arm, and apparently an Italian guy fractured his leg here last week. So we have to exercise caution. I heard there's monkeys out here. There's also spiders. I guess they don't bite. And yeah, I gotta watch where I'm going because it is bumpy. So these are the first ruins that I've come across. Still haven't entered the tunnel yet. I don't know, maybe I was lied to. Maybe the tunnel is up ahead. It's really interesting how they built this place back in the day. It was sort of, how do you say it? It was a big town, very cosmopolitan city, right on the banks of the river. It's probably right on the trade route here. On the other side was Guatemala, and that's where the center of influence for this whole entire civilization was in Guatemala, at a place called Tikal. Tikal could be considered, let's say, the New York City of the Maya Empire. Yaxchilan is probably, you can compare it, you could say Yaxchilan was a San Francisco or an LA, Chicago, a major city, but not the big kahuna, as they say. Let's see. Access is prohibited. I think that's the tunnel over there, actually. Maybe that's where the aliens are. Maybe they're in town. I don't know. But if access is prohibited, I mean, there's steps up here. I guess there's only one way to find out. Either that or just cross the line. These trees must be ancient. The things they have seen. So, wow, here we are. You know, my first impression is there's not that much open space here for a spaceship to land. Maybe like right here. So maybe they landed right where I'm standing. Hard to say. So this here was definitely a fortress, because you have the whole view of the river, and over there is what is today Guatemala. And over here must have been a lookout. You have your sharpshooter with their sniper, their space laser, you know, you just track them down. Just track them down, see where they are, and you see who's arriving, because the entrance is over there. So, and I'm not gonna lie, when I was coming up this river, I didn't see this fortress here, so it's well protected. And yeah, if you had bad intentions, or if people didn't recognize you, well, you might have gotten an arrow to your face, or, you know, space laser, or whatever. See that? So you gotta really be careful these steps. And one thing about the steps too, especially towards like military installations like that, the Maya intentionally built it uneven for it to be hard to access. I bet you they trained their soldiers, their warriors, to go up and down these steps like clockwork. But if you're not from this area, you know, you're not expected to climb these steps. We've come down from the initial entrance and explored the fortress area. The tunnel is over there, the Tunnel of Courage. And this must have been a main avenue for the city here in Yaxchilan. I'm not sure how old these trees are. It probably does rain here a lot, and so these trees may or may not have existed. I'm not a scientist. But I am of the belief that this was definitely a boulevard. There must have been like a market set up here, people doing stuff, center of commerce. These rocks, I don't know what these stones are. There's nothing inscribed. Okay, so this is building 12, and we just came out here, and there's steps leading up. That's definitely, I would bet money that is where the temple complex is up those steps. So that's the direction we're gonna head in. It looks like they're protecting something here. These might be murals, so let's take a look at what's going on here. They might be hieroglyphs. They're protected by tripwire. I almost walked over it. Yeah. It's too bad. I'm just gonna fucking step over it. Let's have a look. No, it's too damaged. I can't even read the shit for you. There it is. I'm not gonna touch it. We're gonna go up this way. I feel bad for the people that came on my boat. They're all the way over there. And it's an older couple and their children. Let's see. There are signs over here. It says buildings 2173 and 89, the Grand Acropolis, and then buildings 22, 23, and 24 that way. So we're going towards the Grand Acropolis, which, yeah, see, this is where the magic happened. Maybe this is where the spaceships landed. Let's see here. Can I get a closer look? Yes. Oh yeah, see? So this guy's royalty. You can tell because he's wearing a hat, and a lot of these guys are wearing hats. What differentiates royalty from like soldiers, or you'll see that soldiers have helmets or space helmets on, and this guy, this is not. This is like a feather. This is more like a crown. So this guy's a king, and you can see that he's talking. This is him talking. Maybe he's saying welcome. Maybe he's saying I'm gonna kill you. I have no idea. Everything else is sort of damaged. Yeah. But all right, let's walk up these steps here. And again, the most sacred places, I mean, that's damaged, but you could tell. You could say that, some people might say that they weren't good craftsmen, but I don't believe that at all. They did this on purpose to make it hard for people that had bad intentions to attack the city. That tree up there, so a lot of times trees, not all, a lot of times, trees are always sacred in a lot of religions. It's a universal thing. So the fact that the tree is right in the middle of the stairway going up to the Grand Acropolis, that tree means something. So I'll meet you at the tree. So I took a step and the rock fell. I'm okay, but that was scary. And yeah, holy shit. But still going for the tree. See you there. All right, I am by the sacred tree. And the fact that this tree stands right in the middle of the stairway up to the heavens over there suggests to me that perhaps, maybe, this tree is what they built this whole entire complex around. It's possible. It's the view down. Now that could have been the priest's quarters. It could have been a military installment actually to protect the sacred Acropolis up there. I think we're gonna go over there first and then we'll go up there, check it out. So this is buildings 25 and 26, part of the Great Acropolis. Let's see. Twin temples, upright face. Yeah, see, they describe how it was built, but nobody really knows what exactly these buildings were for. And so my guess is this is probably where the priests stayed, right? Or very important people obviously congregated here. But this is probably, likely, where the space aliens came, if they did come. Let's see, there's nothing here. So we're gonna walk in. Heard there's bats. I don't see any bats. So I don't know. I don't think it's a toilet. Could have been like an altar or something, I don't know. Okay, so we are at the end of this little lower building here. Oh, there's a oh my god, this is fucking sketchy as fuck. It's dark. Building ends here. And it's probably codices. I don't see any bats. Maybe they're all in Wuhan. So we're out. Sacred tree is over there. So we're just gonna go down these steps, up, around, and to the Acropolis. So I'll see you up top. All right, welcome to the gates of heaven and the Grand Acropolis. In the background, you can hear the monkeys. They call this Edificio 33, Building 33. Most important work of construction carried out under Emperor Bird Jaguar the Fourth. So yeah, long story short, this is the most important building here. This is where they conducted human sacrifice. For sure. Those guys were just there. No? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué tú? Oh, okay. So they say they work here. That's why they went up. We'll see. So, oh, this is very interesting. Yeah, it's just not preserved enough for me to try to interpret these things. But this is the level at which, yeah, they would, rip people's hearts out and whatnot. For a while, people thought the Maya were a peaceful civilization, but then they found all these paintings and all these depictions of war and human sacrifice. And so some people think that maybe there was an era of peace, but at some point, like I guess any civilization, like what we're going through right now, there's a lot of violence, there's a lot of death, and ultimately there's collapse. Imagine abandoned buildings in New York City 1,500 years from now. So I found a little cozy nook to hang out in, and yeah, that is my view right now. Thousands of years ago, this used to be the center of activity in this world. Imagine the things that this building has seen. Imagine the people that were killed here. Imagine the space aliens that visited here. Imagine what this tree would have seen. It's really magnificent, isn't it? course, you could see a deity up there, right in the middle. This guy that says who works here, I'm gonna ask him where the aliens are at, right? Like, it's a natural thing to do. I think that's a natural thing to do. There's an altar here. It says don't pass. You know what? This is an old tree, right? No. There's like Maya hieroglyphs. This must have been a center altar. So, yeah, really interesting stuff. Disculpe, tengo una pregunta. ¿Dónde están los extraterrestriales?
¿Extraterrestriales me dices?
Sí, ¿viniste a otro planeta aquí?
No, acá no hay.
¿Aquí no hay?
No.
Ah, ok.
Creo que
¿Dónde está? ¿En Palenque o
en ningún lugar.
ningún lugar?
No, en ningún lugar.
Oh, leo que estaba aquí.
No, de lo que hubo acá son el pájaro jaguar cuarto, el que gobernó el último acá.
Ah, ok. Ok, muchas gracias.
¿Sale?
So, according to this guy, they never existed, but might be a lie. It's probably a lie. Let's go with that. It's a lie. So this is Estela Once. They try to take it to the National Museum, blah, 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 blah. There's no explanation for what it was. Oh, it's preserved here. Oh, I see. I see. Here we have, let's see, this is definitely royalty, because you could see the crown that he's wearing. It's definitely not a military helmet. I'll try and find a military helmet for you just to draw a distinction. Another nobility, probably a king. I don't know, male or female. I think they're both male. These shields would signify, you know, what house they came from, who they are. And the way they figure out who these people are is you compare. You compare from different sites around town, or I guess around this whole region, not town. And you look for similarities, and you try and decode who these people are. So let's see, this guy, see, that's his face right there, and he's wearing another crown. And you see this crown, that crown is different from that crown. So they're two distinct different people. Maybe this guy's from, I don't know, he's from somewhere else, or this guy's from somewhere else, and you know, they're meeting. And so for sure what I can tell you is this is depicting an arrival or a meeting or a detente or some sort of big, massive gathering of two very important people. And they have it preserved here. I guess they tried to take it to Mexico City to the Anthropology Museum, but here it is in all its glory. Absolutely stunning. So I will see you over there, and let's see what's going on. Should I eat it? Ah, what is it? Oh, they're not. Are they even shrooms? Yeah, they're shrooms. These are fucking shrooms. There's no way. There's no way I can. I could die. Or I could trip balls. So, there's tape here. I don't know if that means we can't go up there. But there's a way around back. I could just be like, oh yeah, I didn't know. You can check those out over there. But, you know, that is not as important as, you know, what was up there that's obscured by the trees. And, you know, this main boulevard here. So, you know, what this really is this is like the center of the city. And, you know, these would be pathways up into, you know, where people live. And the higher up you go, obviously, you know, people want to live in the hills, you know, like they do today. So, let's go around. Let's see what's going on. Shall we go into the jungle or shall we go up here? Let's go let's take 10 steps into the jungle, huh? Yeah, why don't we take 10 steps into the jungle and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Probably toucans and monkeys and, you know, a bunch of other stuff up there. Anacondas, I don't know. Space aliens. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to spend that much time here. So, let's get out of the jungle. La selva, as they say in Spanish. Alright. And, you know, I don't want to look like I'm like above the rules here, so but there's nobody, so we're just gonna be really discreet. Go this way. So this is how I'm working out right now these days, and when I travel, I walk a lot. There were probably pathways into the jungle thousands of years ago. Take a look at this building here. And again, you know, nobody knows what these buildings were. But it's probably more of either sacred or political importance because it is up on a hill, but it's not the most important. The Maya logic, you know, the logic makes sense, right? So we have another one of these things here that say large terrace corresponds to the last outstanding ruler, so it could be a palace. Very well preserved. Lady Large Skull, Bird Jaguar the Fourth, commemorating the ruler's birth with a vision of the snake ceremony. So it could be a temple. I don't think they want us to go inside, so. Although I think we went inside, we went around and we went inside. So that's what's happening. So I'm just gonna go around the back here, because there's nobody out there. They're all, you know, I'm ahead of the curve here. They're all gonna make their way this way eventually. And they're gonna see me and they're gonna be like, oh, you douchebag. Again, oh, so there's people over there. It's like a pavilion or something. I'm probably gonna say the same things. Great plaza, construction, rectangular layout. Yeah, I mean, these are the depictions that were at this building. We're definitely not going to go. So we're going to go around. See, but the tape only goes there. There's no tape here. So. Alright, I'll see you guys at the bottom, where I'm probably going to get chewed out. We came from there. I went into the jungle over there. Pyramids are up there. And one thing I missed on the way in that the guide was so kind in showing is the ball court, the Mesoamerican ball court. And this is where they played sports. This is a stadium people would spectate. Probably from all over here, right? They closed down the avenues. There would be rings right there. You could sort of see where there would have been a ring. In the ring, they would play with rubber balls, and the rules were you can't use your hands, so people would hit the ball with their hips, their legs, and the winning team would have the honor of going up those steps up back into the pyramids and having their heart ripped out. And it was said that the energy from the winning team would replenish the earth and give sustenance to the people of the Maya civilization here. It would allow people to grow corn, grow food, and sustain a living. Look at that tree. So, we're back at this entrance here, and we're leaving the complex, and we're going to go back on the boat.